Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a wet and rainy, damp Monday morning. That's why I'm in the barn this morning. I got to get out of all that wet stuff. And we'll be in here as we take a look at our psalm that's coming up for this coming Sunday. Yeah, look at that. The rooster even wants to hear about it. And the psalm is Psalm 90. Our lectionary wants us to start reading it right smack dab in the middle, verse 12. And that's fine because, well, it is up to 17 verses long altogether, but really, you miss the essence of this psalm if you don't look at the verses before it. So I would suggest go back. Like I said, it's only 17 verses long. Read the entire psalm, Psalm 90. It's the only psalm in our psaltery that's attributed to Moses. Yep, it says a psalm of Moses. Now, did Moses actually write it? Oh, we'll never know. But he well could have, or else the editors who put the psaltery together said, hey, this sounds like something Moses would have said as he was bringing this ragged bunch of people and who were always, very contentious with him and with God into the promised land. So keep that in mind. Whether or not he actually wrote it, it doesn't matter, but it fits perfectly in with his life and what he was saying, this plea that he's making to God. Our reading that we have, starting with verse 12, is actually the petition part, the prayer that's being made to God by Moses, whereas the first part of it is kind of a summary in a sense of Moses saying, this is how great you are, God, but man, look at our lives. Our lives are nothing compared to your greatness. In fact, our lives are actually kind of rather short and even not all that awesome at all. But your life, your beauty, your creation is awesome. And he moves into the last part of it saying, let us be a part of that. Now, that's pretty simplistic because actually, when you look at the very first part, even has a different viewpoint of God. And how do we know that? Because of the word used for God. If you have a Revised Standard Version, New Revised Standard Version, even a lot of other versions too, when you see the word God written in all caps, all uppercase, that is Yahweh. Because you're not supposed to say Yahweh. You're not supposed to say God's name. So it's Lord in those uppercase. But you're going to notice that it's the word Lord's in there, but it's in regular print, lowercase, except for the L at the beginning. That's uppercase. But everything else is lowercase. Why? Because it's a different Hebrew word for God. It's Adonai. You probably have heard that somewhere. Maybe a lot of contemporary Christian songs. Adonai. And that means master. And it has the transcendence of God and the power, the authoritative type of God. And that's what we have going on in the first half of Psalm 90. And along with that comes across the thought that our lives as human beings are so fleeting, and they're here today, gone tomorrow. It talks about us being returned back to dust and all that sort of thing. So it's almost like a little bit of a Debbie Downer type of psalm to start things off. But then that's where you get into our reading for this week, which is why you need to read the stuff that comes before it to understand our lectionary reading for this week. You get up there to verse 12. So then, it says, so teach us to count our days that we may gain a wise heart. What's that mean? It means to take a good look at the days that we spend day by day. Make them count. Make them count for something. What do we gain? What kind of insight with our relationship with God do we gain through all these things that we go through? Because, like I said, it's kind of a Debbie Downer type of beginning to the psalm. And it asks God to do something rather interesting. Turn, O Lord. And now you get to Yahweh. This is the first time that Yahweh's name is invoked. That more compassionate God. How do we know it's more compassionate? Have compassion on your servants. Satisfy us in the morning with your steadfast love. Whoa, there it is. It's the word chesed that shows up all over the Older Testament. Your steadfast, eternal love, your compassion, your you're pouring out of yourself for us. It is all over the Older Testament. Now, what's beautiful about this is it fits in so wondrously with our New Testament understanding of the way God works for us through Jesus, his son. How, and in fact, is talking about God turn, O Lord. How long? Let's see, how long? Yeah, turn, O Lord. How long? How long can this go on? Things just are kind of crummy. What's the meaning of our life? The meaning of our life is what we're going to have coming up at the very end of this psalm. Let the favor of the Lord our God be upon us and prosper us for the work of your hands. Oh, prosper the work of your hands. Twice the psalmist says it. Prosper the work, meaning let us be a part of this grandiose scheme of yours, your creative force, your love, your compassion, your chesed, your steadfast love. Let us be a part of it. Let us in on the action. Let us not only experience it, but let us be the ones who work with you, alongside of you, to bring healing and hope and justice to a world that is seemingly so messed up. And really, let's admit, it can be exactly that. But we can also be a part of God's action in all this. So it's a very, very cool psalm, and I haven't even gone through half of what's in there. Read the whole thing, but read it over and over and over again. And what I would do is I would read it and pause when you get through verse 11. Just kind of slow down, stop there for a minute, and then start with verse 12, which is kind of the pivotal point of the psalm. So, teach us now to count our days, that we may gain a wiser heart. Let's be able to look back on what's happened to us so that we can now look forward to the new thing that you are doing for us with your love. And as Christians, that new thing is what happened in the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus. So, what looks like just a kind of a psalm that's kind of stuck in there because, this is a psalm of Moses, becomes one that kind of envelops all the Old Testament and the New Testament all in one place. Okay, well, not only do I have roosters crowing outside all over the place, I got one flying around, hopping around from hay bale to hay bale. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. I'm going to try to put it over there. See that one? He's jumping all over the place. All around my head the whole time I've been talking to you. God's blessings be with you. Enjoy your rainy day, and hopefully maybe wherever you're at, there's a little bit of sunshine popping through. Blessings be with you.